Hey there, it's Shauna. I hope you're doing great. So, with the transit of Venus moving from the sign of Pisces into Aries, I thought it would be great to talk about a very particular relationship topic or theme that I've noticed that I've heard people talk about on social media. Questions that you've had for me, and then also I've seen this in client work more recently as well. This is the issue of when a person feels like they are giving in the relationship, typically romantic, but can be friendship or family as well, where maybe you feel like you're giving and you're not always receiving in the relationship. So this is a natural pattern that people feel when there is some sort of what we call codependence or imbalance in the relationship. And you know that it's happening when you feel like you are trying really hard and you're making yourself available and you're doing things for someone, again, romantic or friendship otherwise. You're like if you make plans, like you reorganize your schedule so that you can get together with this person, then either they cancel or it feels like they're not really in it, or maybe you just simply are finding yourself always being the one to initiate the contact. And so this sounds like a simple thing, but it's actually really important because it underlies some more core foundational issues, and it creates a certain sense over time of building insecurity or second guessing yourself. And so what to do with this. So I think that the biggest thing is just to notice that the situation is happening, and it helps to pull back and to notice what is actually happening in the situation, because there's a few different things that are happening. Number one, a big part of this is that I notice sometimes people are moving in very quickly, and possibly you're not allowing the other person the time and space to come to you. And I notice this a lot in individuals that have high anxiety or high insecurity, because when a person has high insecurity, they're wanting to move out to connect, they're wanting to do, they're wanting to prove and show that they are worthy of love and admiration and affection. And when you're doing that, when you're moving out and you're like, hey, like I want attention, and I want love, and I want respect, and I want connection, sometimes that can actually it can actually create a dynamic where you are chasing a person. And this happens because that person isn't, number one, allowed the space to come to you, because they're reacting. We're talking energetically here. They're reacting to your energy coming into them always. And so sometimes the relationship just needs a little bit of space. And this is a Venus issue, because Venus is about attraction. Venus is about allure. And so if you're constantly putting your energy out, if you have, I talk about this a lot with my clients who are highly sensitive clients, is oftentimes when we're highly sensitive, we're always looking out. We're always seeking and sort of like feeling out the room. And when you're doing that, your energy is going out, and there's less focus on allure and attraction, which is Venus. So ideally, when you're noticing this kind of dynamic, you want to redirect to yourself. You want your energy going in and focused on what it is that you want, what it is that you like, what it is that turns you on or just feels pleasurable. And again, this can involve sexuality and sensuality, or just simply being who you are. But when you redirect to yourself, that is attractive. And I know that there's a lot of fear with this too, because this does require that you put more focus on yourself versus the other person or just other people in general. And it can be kind of scary because it's like, what if that person isn't there? What if they don't respond to that? What if they don't lean in when you redirect to yourself? And so these things, though, they will play themselves out naturally, I find. So when you are more connected to yourself, when you're focused on feeling good and focused on what it is that you appreciate and adore, you become this magnet for people and situations that are in alignment with your values and alignment with you align with people and things that are attracted to the core of who you are. And I think this is important because anything that falls away when you're doing that really wasn't attracted to the core of who you are. That person or that situation was maybe attracted to a persona that you had, or a behavior that you had, or even just, and this is not to say that you're being disingenuous. I think that persona is very necessary, and we have a lot of strategies to ensure that psychically we're surviving and we're resilient, and that we're able to take care of ourselves. But of course, things change over time. So I'm feeling like this is a bit of like a spiral kind of talk, but I hope that you're getting what I'm saying. The main takeaway that I want to share with you is, if you're in a relationship where you feel like you're giving more, and that's not being reciprocated, this is something important for you to look at. And typically the first step in this is to redirect to yourself. And of course, it's much more complicated than just that, but that is a huge main step that that I would recommend. And it is something that takes time as well. So it's not just a one instantaneous decision. It requires every single moment, every single day. So that is a little Venus tip for you. If you are interested, if you're working with something like this and you would like some help, some support, or you're just interested in maybe some tools on how to, like, what that looks like to connect more with yourself, let me know. I do offer astrology consultations, and I've also been getting a lot of requests for tarot readings as well, so I do offer those as well. Would love to connect with you and see how I can help. You can see me here in San Diego, or of course online via Zoom for phone or video sessions. Wishing you a wonderful Friday, wonderful Venus's Day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.